We get a chance now to talk to a man who has been a pro. He is one of the guys who will forever be remembered in Braves history. He's had to deal with a little adversity, and now he gets a chance to get back up on the mound. He is Tyler Matzek, who joins us here on the Fan 680 93.7 FM. Good morning, Tyler. Good to see you as we get a chance to talk to you from Braves Fest.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
How does it feel? Because you've had some ups and downs. A little surgery they have to take when you have Tommy John surgery. They have to take a piece of something and put it in the arm. Now, it's not like they cut your nose off and put it in your elbow. But what's it like when you have to have that surgery? And that is something that, pitchers, want to stay away from. But you guys have been rehabbing the right way. You feel pretty good. What's it like going through the process as you get closer to get to spring training?
Yeah, so they take a piece out of your wrist, and they go ahead and drill some holes in your bone and kind of sew it back together. So obviously it's a pretty invasive surgery that you have to go through. But the rehab process, my rehab team here with the Braves has been fantastic. They've got me right where I need to be. And, I'm feeling 100% healthy, feeling ready to go, and I can't wait for the season to start.
What was the toughest part of going through that? I've gone through multiple surgeries, not Tommy John. And for me, it was always mentally, trying to get over the hurdle of, okay, I really can do what was ailing me. What was the toughest part for you? Was it mentally? Was it being able to get back up on that mound and throw to your capabilities?
Yeah, you always have a little fear in the back of your mind that, this might not work out. We're so fortunate now that we have some of the best medical guys, in the country that are able to help us out, us baseball players. So I just had to believe in those guys and trust that they did a good job and, trust that the rehab guys knew what they were doing. And when you just fully commit to that, having that trust that they know what they're doing, you can go out there and kind of just say, all right, I'm going to go and just try and be how I was before. Kind of piggybacking on that mental thing, I think the mental side of not competing for a year is really difficult for somebody who's been competing since I was, a little kid. So it's going there and, not being able to even go play golf to be competitive or anything, I just could not be competitive. So I tried to find video games to be competitive or something, chess. Me and the wife started playing chess. I just had to be competitive in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
Tyler Matzek joining us here from Braves Fest. You mentioned the physical side of things and going through that long process, but the mental side is probably just as difficult. Talk about that support system you had around you, because I'm sure sometimes you feel like you're a million miles away, but your teammates had your back. You were around these guys. Just talk about that process off the field, people that helped you get through that as well.
Yeah. I've had a lot of guys. We got a few guys down in the clubhouse that have gone through the surgery before, and, I'd sit there and I'd pick their brains for hours and hours and hours. Hey, is this normal? Is this not normal? So having guys that have gone through the process already and kind of helping me avoid some of those, pitfalls in the process and help me, smooth out those was a huge, huge thing. And then, obviously my family, they've been supporting me. And just kind of keep my vibes up and keep everything positive. So, yeah, I'm just glad I'm getting through it, and hopefully I'm healthy. And this is just something, a little hiccup, a little speed bump in the process, and I'm good for the rest of the career.
Tyler Matzek joining us here on the Fan 680 93.7 FM. You guys know other players. You know scouting reports. You know what kind of stuff guys have. We have new teammates coming in. Double-A Alex Anthopoulos has already made some moves with Chris Sale, and also in the bullpen with Drummer. Talk about your scouting report when you see new guys that you've been watching from afar, now become teammates here in a Braves uniform.
Yeah, so I met Drummer a few years back in the White Sox organization. I was there for a spring training. He was good then, and he's good now. So I think he's going to fit right into the bullpen. I can't wait to see him go down there and go to work for the boys, and then we all know what Chris Sale can do. That guy, when he's healthy, he is the nastiest pitcher in baseball. And I can't wait to see him go out there and do what he can do. I think that, having as good a support team around him is going to free him up to kind of just go ahead and just go out there and do what he can do. He's not going to have to carry the load of 25 guys. He's just going to go out there and be Chris Sale. And I look forward to seeing him dominate. I think he's going to do a fantastic job here.
You are one of the great personalities on social media. Watching your Twitter feed during the Braves playoff run and Ronald Acuna's run is fascinating, and it's entertaining to say the least. Is there ever a time you go back and you go, man, I shouldn't have said that? Or when you let it fly, is it just let it fly?
I mean, I don't just let it fly. I do have a few people that I say, hey, what do you think about this?
That's a good policy, sir.
Yeah. There's definitely no just let it fly.
Okay.
You know, I check in with a couple people and say, hey, is this okay to put out? And if they give me the okay, it goes out. And, yeah, I stand by it. If I made a statement then, I'll stand by it to today unless you can prove me otherwise, you know.
Got a World Series ring, and you certainly want more if that opportunity presents itself. That moment you striking out, you know, the side, the Dodgers, the seventh inning. I mean, you know, growing up here, that is going to be one of my all-time great moments. And then the yell, it was almost like a generation of thank you came out when you were yelling after striking out the side. A moment like that, do you always keep that in the back of your mind when the season is over or when there's a game going on? Or do you try to compartmentalize that and be like, all right, I'm on to the next thing. I appreciate that, but there's more work to do.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to turn the page and go to the next thing. You know, that's something that I did, and I want to do that and more come the future. You know what I mean? So I think that's just a chapter in the book, and let's just keep writing the book.
I'm a hat guy. So, yeah, this pitching stuff is good. The attitude that you like to give. That hat that you had for the championship parade.
Yeah.
Where do you go, and what kind of hat guy are you? Are you I'm going out with the wife, let me put on the hat. We're going to a concert, hat guy, or, hey, I'm just going to pick up something from the store because it's the weekend, it's the off-season hat guy.
Yeah, so it started with Jesse Chavez. Jesse Chavez is a huge hat guy, and Ian Anderson and I were sitting on the plane one day, and we said, hey, man, we win the World Series. It was like in July. Like, we win the World Series, I'm rocking one of your hats when we go, you know, through the parade. You know, we win the World Series, and Jesse's like, you know what, I'm going to treat you guys. So he took us down to this place called Fruition Hat Company. We went down there, we made some custom hats. Jesse picked it up for us, put it on his tab, and, yeah, I love hats now, and I rock one just depending on the mood I'm feeling, and most of the time it's just a ball cap, but if I want to dress it up a little bit, I'll pick something a little nicer.
Hey, you mentioned Jesse. Obviously, he became such a fan favorite in this town. You're right there with him for those moments you've had over the years. You look out here, it's pouring rain. You've got 50,000 people in the building. What has Braves country meant to you, and what are these fans, the support they've given you guys, not only you, but this team collectively? How important and how instrumental have they been here over the last few years?
I mean, it's fantastic, honestly. The love and support that we feel from these fans is amazing. You know, we go to a lot of stadiums and we travel around, and we go to a Tuesday or Wednesday, you know, midweek game, and their stadiums are 50%, maybe something like that. We are selling out almost every single game, and it's fantastic. Just to see that love and support that the city has given us. And, yeah, we want to reward that with winning. And we go out there every day and try and win for the fans.
Talked about being competitive. What were you playing video game-wise? I'm a big video game guy. I'm old, so I can't be competitive either. But were you on the Call of Duty? Were you playing some NBA 2K? Where were you at?
I just mostly Call of Duty. Not
Okay.
too much in the sports games. I play a little bit of FIFA, a little bit of hockey, the NHL, but mostly just Call of Duty. Yeah, I get on there, talk to my brothers. That's how we communicate all the time is, hey, man, you hop on, and I'll get on there, and then we'll just absolutely dominate in the lobbies.
Now, we played at Austin Riley's golf tournament, and there are so many of you guys that can flat out rake. I mean, Smith Shawver was hitting the ball over our heads. And I was like, hey, dude, we're still up here. How's your golf game?
My golf game, after not playing for 2 years, going through the elbow thing, was a little shaky. Mm-hmm. But I got to play a little bit this offseason, so it's definitely getting back to where it was before the surgery.
Spring training's right around the corner, man. We got a couple of weeks to go. What are things looking like for you? How is the health? What did the next few weeks and few months look like for you?
Yeah, I was deemed healthy and completed rehab on October 20th, so I had a full normal off season. Got to spend some time off, and then got ready for the season, and I should be 100% ready to go in spring training. I think I have few things. I got like a back-to-back and also facing some live hitters. I faced that a little bit here, but I think just getting back into a game is the only thing that I have left to check on that box, and we're going to do that in spring training.
Will it be exactly the same, or do you have different conversations with Snit on how you're feeling, or maybe some conversation that may have to come when the season gets started?
I think hopefully come the season, everything should be 100% ready to go, and we'll see in spring training how I'm feeling. It's hard to tell right now, but if I'm feeling how I feel right now, I'd be ready to go full workload and ready to do.
How is it in those? We haven't seen them much, but you feel like kind of old school. I want to be out here a little bit longer. I want to be out here one more batter. And you always respect your manager when Snit makes the move. What are those conversations like when you do want to stay out a little bit longer, but Skip says it's time to go?
Yeah, I mean, the competitor in me wants to go out and stay there for as long as I possibly can, and I'm like betting on myself to succeed. But I also know that we have such a good team and the people that surround me, it's like for the team to be successful and for me not to get in the way and be selfish, maybe it is the best thing for somebody else to come in because they're that good. They're so good that they can come in and get this job done, you know. And again, that's kind of like that workload we was talking about with Chris Sales. Like, you can take the workload off of individual players and kind of disperse it throughout the team, and everybody together will push the rock in the right direction a lot easier than one person trying to push it.
Well, we appreciate your time. Certainly the fans do as well. You guys are y'all are a bunch of just cool guys, giving up your time and always doing what you can for Braves country. Best of health, best of luck, and we'll see you at spring training as we get ready for 2024. Tyler Matzek, we thank you for your time here today on The Fan.
Thanks, guys.
Tyler Matzek joining us here on The Fan, 680 93.7 FM.